My name is Geoff, I need something to do, an excuse to have conversations with you. I wasted my life gaining pop culture knowledge, which shows much more than my 10 seconds in college. My name is Geoff, Geoff needs something to do. All right, we're going to get right into it this week. We don't have any crazy people that I know of. No break-ins, no BS.
No BS? I
No
fully
BS.
support and endorse this idea.
Yeah.
Happy about it.
Repent! What was that?
I heard that too. I'm glad you heard that because I don't know.
You are guilty. Oh, that's kind of hacky God material.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's like
it's like a God on a sitcom, or
very like middle of the road. Like, what are you doing? What is this? Like,
I'm locked out. Your keys have changed.
Wait.
Oh, it's that weird religious guy who did the commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Thou shalt not enter the house of the unclean without invitation. Dude, it's not locked. It's open.
Yeah, just twist the handle. Come on.
Wait, isn't it like a vampire thing to have a voice that echoes?
Yeah, I think they can change their voice or something.
Are you
like
a
that.
vampire?
Oh, all right.
Okay. Well, I have a lot less unanswered questions about that guy now. Let's start the tape.
All right, we can start the show now.
All right. My name is Geoff. Okay, welcome to Geoff Needs Something to Do. We do bits and stuff. It's free, so deal with it. Today, we have Peter Ellis, which is like a famous 70s crime film director. But before we get started, let's cut to a quick commercial.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Hello out there. This is Geoff from the famous hit show Geoff Needs Something to Do. Honestly, I hate selling my soul for cash, but I do have to pay for the studio time somehow. So here's a dumb song about it. Yesterday I tried to cook a nice roast, but it was so dry it tasted like burnt toast. I searched in despair for something tasty and bold. I headed to my local store where these things are sold, and a barbecue angel came and set me free. Randy's all-purpose, buy one, get one free. A 1,001 trillion uses. Randy's all-purpose barbecue sauce.
Okay, back to the show now.
Did I ever tell you about my experience about going to the archive?
The archive or archive? Because
Did I ever tell you about it?
no, I don't think so.
Okay, so I had never been to the archive. I'd heard good things. And so I went in and I was like, well, this is a coffee bar. So I believe I'm going to order a coffee. And I ordered a coffee, and okay, I don't know if you've ever made coffee before or served coffee to anybody, but
I've
it
been to
took
Colombia.
them literally 10 minutes to bring me a fucking coffee.
Gee, just
And
like a coffee, just like
it
a brewed.
didn't even stop there. Okay, they brought me the coffee. It was not very warm, which
Weird.
seems strange. And then they bring it out, and it's on a fucking, like, a stained plank. On the plank, there was the coffee cup, and then there was a small little goblet of simple syrup and a small little goblet of I assume half and half or cream. Nothing to stir the coffee with. And I was like, I'm never coming back to this place ever again.
You're supposed to extend your front lip and dip it into the coffee, and then you blow bubbles into it.
Oh, so this is like a lobster procedure thing?
That's why it's not hot.
It's like the special ramen you have to have. Like
a special ramen?
Yeah, like where you dip the noodles or whatever. God, Philistines.
All right. You know ramen's really bad for you.
Geoff woke up this morning saying, I'm going to be that guy today.
Which guy?
Just that guy.
I'm always that guy
ramen's bad
according
for
to
you. Just any situation where there is a that guy character that could come in, you'll be that guy.
Yeah, that one.
Way to go, Geoff. Way to really be that guy about it. Yeah, see?
All right.
Fantastic. I'm excited. We can play some games?
Well, first...
What was that? Like, hey, Geoff.
The whole thing about not breathing into the mic.
He just takes a breath and goes...
I wanted to create an oceanic atmosphere.
I'll put ocean noises in here if you want.
No,
you just have to
this
let me know.
podcast up to your ears. You can hear the ocean.
I did want to get into, like, how did you get interested in comedy, Peter?
Okay, so...
Because I just like to know how people get into this.
I ingested what? I watched a lot of comedy just growing up, and I enjoyed comedy. I was raised on sitcoms and Seinfeld and whatnot. Would catch stand-up specials on TV every now and then. So I liked comedy. I thought it was cool watching people do it for a long time. I was like, that might be cool to do, but I really I have no idea how that even works. Yeah. How you get into that at all. And then
I had a similar story.
Yeah, and then actually getting into it, I actually blame Church and Dash Thompson. I don't know if he's been on this podcast yet, but
not yet.
I actually worked with him.
Friend of the show.
Hey. You'll hear him later, maybe, probably. I don't know. It's much more.
I just have a list of podcast things to say that I like to check off every day.
Right.
Friend of the show?
Little trope list.
Yes, friend of the show.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
You work with Dash?
Yeah. So at Dayspring Church up in Kaiser.
Pardon me.
Local reference.
Oh, interesting. That's right by my house.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want my address?
Yeah.
We'll take that out in post.
Geoff just he wants to make sure he puts in really relevant information into the conversation.
Right?
I just like that I have a show where just Chad shits on me every episode all the time.
I love it. I'm loving it.
Hello, I'm Producer Cock.
Producer Cock?
It's got a question mark on the end.
All right.
Dayspring.
Yes.
Dayspring.
Right. Dayspring. I worked there with middle schoolers and also with Dash, and so I was Facebook friends with him.
Okay.
And then when he started doing stand-up, I was like, that's a thing that here, Salem, is you can, cool. Which, I've driven past Capital City a few times, and I think I'd seen that it was a comedy place, but it never fully registered that you can just go and they just let anybody do it. So yeah, I started coming to the open mics, tried a couple times, obviously bombed the first, I don't even know how many times because I didn't know how this works at all. I was like, these things I said to my friends that in conversation, in context, were very funny. Everyone will love this. I am great. And I was not. They didn't. And
so
it was horrible.
Yeah, their first couple times does that. Yeah.
Exactly. So I kept doing it because I hate myself. But
I was just going to say, because you hate yourself.
Yeah, which apparently means I'm perfect for comedy. So, but yeah, that's how I kind of got involved.
We're all sad clowns.
Right? Yeah, so that's how that happened.
Oh, that's good.
He just ended on, I hate myself. Oh, well, that's good. Anyway, moving
on.
So
all right.
Speaking of hating yourself.
This episode is brought to you by...
Because we've actually probably talked about this a little bit, but you're religious.
Yes.
Which I just wondering what it's like to do both comedy and be religious. Just because it's not something that I really know. Because I was religious way before I did comedy. Yeah. So I'm just curious how that works, what your thought process is.
Yeah. Yes. How? Yeah, that's so. Of course, growing up, so I was backing up. I was raised religious, Southern Baptist, very just super duper conservative, etc. Mm-hmm. And I actually, I was raised. I listened to a few. There are some Christian comics out there that aren't necessarily the worst, just most painful thing to watch ever. There's actually a guy who sang with the Gaithers If
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Mark Lowry.
Mark Lowry that my mom is like loves.
Yeah.
And every time I watched his comedy, I was like, oh my God, this is like.
I remember, I haven't watched his stuff in a while, but I remember it being really funny. And I don't know, maybe it's.
I mean, it was. I'm sure it's funnier for the people that are into Gaither's music.
Well, I wasn't. That's the like I knew him as a comic before I even realized that he sang. My parents were like, yeah, listen to his music. And I was like, oh, I hate this.
Didn't he have like catchphrases? Like he was kind of like a here's your sign type of a guy.
He might have
that type of comic.
But he did a lot of like inside like referential like, hey, joke about this denomination. Like, I'll keep it short for the Seventh-day Adventists. I know you got church tomorrow. That sort of thing.
We've made hundreds of records and written 2 songs.
Yes. Yeah. So, but there's humor to be found in religion. I feel like without, I don't want to say disavowing, but like without necessarily having to be outside of it. And I honestly,
true.
Christianity is hilarious, and Christians are hilarious people. In a lot of ways, darkly hilarious.
Not as hilarious as like some of the aspects of Mormon, the religion. I say that like not in disrespect, but it's just like there are things about it that are really funny, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the same with Christianity, because there's, it's like, we can't eat lobster, or like what's the deal there?
Yeah,
or
that's the thing too. Is
chewing the cud is involved.
I think comedy needs to be introduced a little more heavily into modern American Christian culture. I don't want to get too like thinkiness here, but like because comedy is often used as like a an inroad to like, hey, you're laughing about this now, so you're more receptive to hearing something that you probably should hear and probably should be thinking about. And there's so much wrong.
Now here's why gay people should be killed.
Exactly. Like there's so much wrong with modern American Christian culture that is like fully unbiblical. They're like, hey, this is Word of God, we're super into it. We believe this is inspired, yada yada. And also, no, screw that one part where shut up, don't shut up, put it away, stop.
Right.
I like my guns, get out of here.
Well, this is actually brings up in my mind something that I did want to talk to you about, which was a lot of Christian music situation, because Christian music pretty much as I do, I think.
Yeah.
Which is why, by the way, we're going to do a game later that involves some of that. But anyway, have you ever heard of the band Tantrum of the Muse?
Tantrum of the Muse? No, that sounds like I'd be really into them.
They actually are really good.
Nice.
I'll have to play. I think that a Tantrum of the Muse song is in another episode. Anyway, so
I did once throw a tantrum because I couldn't go see Muse.
They're this really like creative, like
you,
alternative metal band. Like alternative metal makes me think of really terrible bands, but that's kind of what they were. Yeah. Anyway,
Fall of Troy.
They were notorious because a lot of their songs were really critical of like the Christian music industry, and making fun of it. And like the cover of the album is a real pig's head that they lit on fire. Like they were weird guys, and they were like, we love Jesus or whatever, but we're gonna do it in a way that like is artistic and makes sense to us. Yeah. And because of that, nobody would put their records in the Christian bookstores. They were kind of cast out, basically. And I just find that interesting. Like, what are some of the bands that you listen to that you still do? Or
well, that actually so the band Switchfoot, right? Which I still kind of dig, like some of their stuff.
I like some of the older stuff before they were famous. Quite a bit actually. There's a sampler with one of their songs.
I
liked
for
Switchfoot
sure,
before they were cool.
But like there was when that though the second I did anyway.
I love scat.
But when they came out with the song with that album, Nothing Is Sound, and I remember like a bunch of Christian people I knew and people out in the Christian media world or whatever complaining because it was very sad and it didn't seem very hopeful. So clearly these are not a Christian band anymore. Or like Reliant K, for God's sake, would like they'd have songs about like girls and romance. It's like, oh, I thought this was a Christian band. These songs should be about Jesus.
Page of the Lion had a similar backlash too because they had the word shit on one of their songs, and so like because everybody like freaked the fuck out about that happening, then the next album after that he had a song where he's put down your beers and go out and kill camel fuckers.
Jeez.
And like I went to Cornerstone and he was about to say that line and we were all like and then he walked away from the mic before he said it. I was like, David. On. They probably threatened to not pay him. Anyway.
Yeah. No, and one like Under Oath actually just came out with like a new single.
Really?
That was a band that I was super into in high school. They broke up for a while.
Yeah.
And I was...
Well, because I remember them when they were black metal, or not black metal, but like a weird symphonic metal thing.
Yeah, well, there
then all of a sudden they became an emo band.
Yeah, there was an era where they had the guy who went on to be in Melee and Sons of Disaster. And then
they're like the Christian Cave-In.
Yeah, and then they left and they replaced him with Spencer, I think. Anyway, they went through a couple of lineup changes, and by the time they split up, I think it was mostly Spencer and Aaron were mostly the main two guys. But anyway,
your friends, are you?
Yeah, we're first name terms. Aaron, my guy.
I actually played with them. Anyway,
nice.
Not in the band, but like my band played with them.
By which I mean I played in a bar in Portland while they were playing a festival in Portland.
The last show that I ever played with my old Christian band was with Stavesacre.
Ooh,
yeah, that's this whole conversation is for like literally 1% of the entire U.S. population.
I was going to say you looked at me as if I was going to react.
People are loving
with
this.
Anything other than a facial equivalent of a middle singer.
Stavesacre had an album that was famous or not famous, but
band name.
They had a music video.
Name. But anyway, Under Oath came out with they got back together recently. I was super pissed when they broke up because I never got to see them live, and I was super into them in high school. Still really love their stuff. I'll go back and listen. But then they came back recently. Like, yeah, we're getting back together for another tour. Like, oh, hell yeah. And I got to go see them in Portland. And then I guess they're staying together. Anyway, new single. And like right near the beginning of the song, like one of the lyrics is like, I'm not a fucking victim. And I just immediately scroll like down into the YouTube comments. And like, yep, here's every reactionary like youth group kid. Like, oh, okay, I guess you're not a Christian band anymore. Cool.
It's funny to me that like the more a Christian, like the more that a band that's Christian matures and becomes like more educated and like the less Christian they become.
Yeah.
Like 5 Iron Frenzy is doing a similar thing.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, it's anytime that one of these bands starts to look into...
Which I love 5 Iron Frenzy.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, ska is... it is. I was going to say it's not dead. It is dead, but I am keeping its corpse in a rocking chair in the back.
Well, it's like who cares if ska's dead? You can still like a band
for
like,
sure.
That's like
Robin Williams is dead too. I still love him.
Dead. It's like, dude, if punk is dead, that doesn't mean you can't listen to punk anymore.
No, it's not
like,
dead. It just smells
I never understood that whole thing. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway, but anytime one of these bands starts to examine more negative aspects of life, people start to. The mainstream Christian community starts to think, it's not Christian anymore, which is weird because you can go right to the Book of Psalms and find like David or whoever else is writing whichever psalm you're reading.
Didn't they have him like fucking Jonathan or something?
That's a whole other controversy conversation, possibly. Anyway, but you can find songs in the middle of the Bible, as a whole Book of Psalms is just songs.
Why they spell it wrong?
Delve into super negative stuff. There's ones like the line, my God, why have you forsaken me?" that Jesus says on the cross. Whoa, on the cross.
Did anybody ever read Job?
Yeah, no, for sure.
God was a fucking dick in that book.
And like that's so like when Jesus dying on the cross says, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He's doing that thing where people get on Facebook and like quote a line from one of their favorite songs and just leave it there because that's from the Psalms and that's David being like, "Hey, life sucks and I don't like it right now."
Was he
God, what's up?
System of a Down?
Yeah, actually.
Well,
that's
as Christian as I've ever gotten.
Yeah, that's my.
Is it Ecclesiastes or there's some?
I'm gonna fade out now.
There's some book of the Bible that literally the word is used to mean that you're really depressed.
Yeah,
like I can't remember which one it is. It might be Ecclesiastes.
I don't know. I can't. Well, I mean, in Ecclesiastes, there's tons of like existential. Like they constantly are repeating meaningless, meaningless. Everything is meaningless throughout Ecclesiastes, and the whole book is Solomon going through and be like, hey, I was trying to find meaning in this and this and this, and it sucked. And this thing sucked too. There's no meaning in this either. Ultimately, he's like, you know what? Enjoy your life. Do what God put you here to do.
It's almost like the Bible is just written by a whole bunch of different dumb people, and they collected it together in one edition.
It's possible. And the whole conversation about canonicity is difficult.
It's like
too.
Stephen King's worst short story collection. That's
with an equal range of bad to good movies.
Right.
Are you nice? Are you saying that the Bible is poorly written?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Have you ever read a book? I mean, I know you
to
have.
Be fair, translation.
No,
sometimes you lose some stuff.
This is why I get. I don't like Lord of the Rings, and people get mad at me about this. But it's like,
how dare you, sir?
Okay, no, I don't. I like the story, all right, but the way it is written is absolutely atrocious. It does not flow in any way. It's literally written like the Bible, where there's no story. Yeah. There's no like continuation of any plot whatsoever.
And Peter Dinklage is smug. I'm going to say that. He's just a smug little dude. I'm not a fan.
All of the protagonists are completely unlikable except for Jesus, and even he's just like, "Come on, dude, stick up for yourself." Like it's kind of like anyway.
And that's kind of the point, I think, of the Bible too. Is like the protagonists are unlikable because everyone is not. Come on. And the point of it is like for Jesus to be like the ideal. Here's the ideal. Strive for this. You're not going to get there. Obviously, don't think you're. And that's the thing is you got tons of. Anyway, I'm not going to delve into every single problem with current American Westernized.
No, we're going to solve
Christian
this
culture.
Shit right here.
You know what?
Silly fucking podcast.
Listen, America, listen. This is for you. This is for now.
Will you guys solve Christianity real quick for me?
Right now.
Okay, let's go. So like,
knock it off.
I had nowhere to go with that. All right, I think we should probably get into some game because I only have one.
I know, I'm kind of fired up now.
Oh, I thought you were going to go hit on some chicks.
Game.
Geoff going to get into his game.
Yeah, I don't have that game. I mean,
only because you think you don't.
Well, probably.
Dude,
I pressed fucking button.
Why don't you look at the screen, the one where it says, "Hey, this is the right song"? Well, I mean, if you did, then wait, Geoff, do you know how to read?
Wait, is one after zero or?
Yeah, it's the one right after zero.
Okay.
No pun intended, but it is the one right after zero.
No pun intended. Okay. So, we're just having a lot of fun.
I like that during the music, you listen to the music, and then once the music's over, that's when you pull out your phone.
Little brown jug, a little brown jug.
During the music, he just dances, and then he knows the next part he has to get out his phone, and then he has to get the whole thing ready. But he's dancing during the music, not getting his phone out during the music.
Thanks for telling us how the sausage is made, Chad.
Oh, I love watching your sausage, Geoff.
Okay, you can't look at my phone.
Can't look at your phone.
I promise you, Geoff,
blinders.
This show is going to be some people's favorite show. It's going to confuse a lot of people, but
I might find my true life mate.
This is how I break out. This is my.
Okay, so this is
it.
This is.
Let's all get zits.
I got to tell you what the game is first, I guess. This is a game that we like to call "Which Band Love Jesus." And this is
no theme music for this.
I'm afraid I might actually know most of these.
Theme music.
Hey, that's the right one.
Okay. I'll have to write theme music at some point.
Oh no, Cassio's already done it for you.
And here we go. These are both hardcore bands, by the way.
Excellent. The whole song is a drum intro.
I'm historically bad at choosing songs. God damn it.
That's a good...
These drums love Jesus.
This type of music is really good live, but on record it's like, I don't know.
I think, see, to me, like, I don't know the answer, but to me, if that band screaming like that, playing that music, if that band loved Jesus, that's hilarious. Because they go to church after that. They pray before the show, and then they do that.
That is their prayer.
Thanks, Mom.
If they're Christian. Anyway, this next song is called "Carry the Torch." No, I didn't.
Also, you didn't let me answer. Jeez. Oh, I got to choose between them there, I guess.
This is not the same song.
This one has an unnecessarily long guitar intro instead of an unnecessarily long drum intro.
Oh, is this Deftones?
This is Marilyn Manson.
This has better EQ and like sound quality and everything, so I'm already guessing this is not the Christian band. But we'll see. Maybe.
Guy holding up a sign that said, "This world won't defeat me."
I have
The blood, the honor, the truth.
Yeah, the blood. If you've never listened to hardcore bands before, that's literally the content of every single song. Stabbed in the back, carry the torch. It's all
stand up.
It's
to
all
your
that.
demons.
That's all it is. Just like the honor. This goes out. This goes out to the guys in the back row, the real motherfuckers who are listening. Anyway,
we are
I've been to a lot of hardcore shows.
Nebulously warriors.
It's hilarious actually. Anyway, so yeah, which one would you say, based on that, is the Christian band?
First band, Love Jesus.
All right, Trial by Fire. That was Ex Disciple XAD. Yes, a Christian band.
Boom. That sounds like a Christian screen name.
Ex Disciple XAD. I'm pretty sure. Well, because they were called just Ex Disciple X, but then the Christian band Disciple without the X's sued them.
Ooh.
So because of
Brotherly
their name,
love.
and what's funny about that is it says in the fucking Bible, don't sue your brothers.
There's a whole thing.
Like it literally
There's a whole
says
thing about
that.
it.
Like
anyway,
it says in the Bible, like, don't get a lawyer and don't sue people.
Well, not lawyer specifically, but don't bring legal action against other Christians.
The idea is basically, hey, try and work stuff out between yourselves. Like, don't be a dick.
Like united in this shit. Yeah. Anyway,
basically, most of at least the New Testament of the Bible comes down to don't be a dick.
Is that why people call lawyers the Antichrist?
Don't be a dick unless they're gay.
Could be
the New Testament isn't even. Oh, I'll get into it, but the New Testament doesn't even like.
Paul really does not like gay people.
Paul, yes, but Paul also doesn't think women should talk in church or pray without their heads covered.
Yeah, in other words, he's a dickhead.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I thought we were going to do. Okay,
so I'm talking gospel, gospel level.
Bad guy.
Yes, women.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Paul came from legalistic Judaism into Christianity, and he brought legalism into it with him.
That's kind of what Christianity is, right? Legalistic Judaism made into Christianity.
It's not what it's supposed to be. Wasn't the idea in the first place.
Oh, you're saying that what Jesus wanted isn't what Christians are doing?
Gasp. What?
Anyway.
No, I wouldn't. What? Now, hey.
I'm making a statement
here.
Don't
put words in my mouth, Geoff.
But for the record, the second song was Strife. Carry the Torch. I figured like both song titles are like exactly what a hardcore song title would be, and so it might anyway. And they both sounded exactly the same.
Hey, Christian music is hilarious.
I'm pretty sure this is a Christian band.
Yeah, it's Casio, short for Cassiopeia.
All right, we're just gonna
like a Randy Newman song.
We're gonna do a thing called "It's a Bad Scene, Man."
Oh, same music. Okay.
I'm becoming more and more convinced
it's funnier the more that I use the same one, I think. Okay, so yeah, basically we're just gonna get a random topic and just improv.
I know a topic.
Okay. What?
Welcome. Blessed be us. Come on in. Have a seat. I don't know what that smell is. Could be one of these pews. Just a little church humor, guys. Just kidding. You know. I try to be one of those fun guys that works here. Don't want to push anything on you guys, but just go have a seat and we'll listen
Were you talking to me? My name is Hugh Moore.
Hugh Moore?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said something about Hugh Moore, so I was. Oh
no! I was
okay.
just.
Oh, that I see. I see
Yeah,
what happened. I'm sorry.
It's okay. There's we welcome all sorts of people into this church, from the smartest to the dumbest. Go have a seat. Bring your coloring book with you. Bring your coloring book with. Don't leave it there. Please don't leave it there.
That's my highlights children's magazine.
Okay, you dropped a yellow.
Hugh, did you say? Hugh?
That's my crayons.
Okay, is this your I'm sorry, caretaker? I don't know what they call them.
Hugh.
You know they call these.
You need to take a
pews,
seat, Hugh. Hugh.
Like pew.
They don't like it when you stay standing. We need to sit down, okay?
Sit it.
It's time. It's time to sit.
But okay.
Okay, no, you can't open. You can't open your box of Legos right here. Oh my God, you spilled them all over the. They're just. Oh, you got little squeaky toys in there, man. Just okay. You're spilling on the church. Okay,
said not to bring the horn.
Okay.
I found out that Legos hurt really bad when you step on them.
Oh,
they do. That's not a.
All right, you guys.
Something I want to relive.
You guys can go have a seat in the second row, right up there. Perfect. Okay. Next, you two. Hello. How are you? You look like a fine couple.
Are we gonna have spaghettis pretty soon?
I told you
there was a potluck.
I told you to go sit down. Okay, I'm trying to talk to this new couple that just came in here. Yeah, go sit down.
Give me some coffee.
Jesus.
I heard there was a potluck today. Is it
10-year-olds
after the service or is it before?
10-year-olds should not have coffee. I will say that loud,
sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. Back to you. Yes, yes,
sir,
ma'am. Yes,
sir.
Yes,
right,
ma'am. Okay, I'm sorry.
Because I brought a crock pot.
Well, that's lucky.
I have a bean dish,
right? Do you understand?
I see what you're doing here,
sir.
But I do not appreciate the fact that you refuse to answer my question.
Oh,
is there an actual staff member here that I can talk to?
Yes. I work here. I understand that, like, I'm casual clothing.
You know that pride cometh before the fall, do you not, sir?
Oh goodness. Well, I'm new. I applied here, and they're like, "Hey, you Christian?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "How Christian?" And I was like, "So Christian." And they're like, "How Christian are you?" And I was like, "I'm so Christian. I got
your name is Christian."
It is. I got scars on my knuckles from the rulers that they would slap me with in 5th grade. That's how Christian I am. I just made it up, but I got the job, right? That's a good way to do it. You just kind of like flub it, and then anyway,
I believe that's a Catholic school you're referring to, sir. I was under the impression it's a Baptist church. Catholics are of the devil. I hope you understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Pope worshiping pieces of shit that go to and they kiss the Pope's dick.
You are in the Lord's house, Paula.
I'm sorry.
I just get very furious when I hear about Catholics and their bullshit.
I thought
you dropped my pot.
Sorry.
I assumed you ladies were together. You came here together. Maybe
we walked in the door together.
Okay.
I do not know what you are implying, sir.
The word came.
I do not appreciate.
Jesus. I'm sorry. I didn't. That's the one thing I'm not supposed to say here. I'm not supposed to say the J word. Sorry. Okay. Well,
Jew.
Jesus.
Well, that one you said it correctly. I hit the hard J on the Jesus. When I say
like Jesus?
Jew, they said just say Jew as much as you want here. That's totally fine.
I have an Irish sister.
I have a friend named Jesus, but he says Jew.
Jesus.
And he means
she
you.
Says Jesus when she's talking about the Lord.
Right on. Okay, so I'm sorry. We were talking about your bean.
I swallowed a Lego.
Jesus, I can't.
Hubert, come back. Hugh,
okay,
sit. You need it.
Okay, so do you have one of those? Do they have bonking sticks for these kind of kids? I don't know. How do you put them down?
Mama has a bonking stick, but it has spikes on it.
Okay, yeah. So
we don't talk about that. Okay, that's.
Oh right.
We're gonna don't mind him. He says
Catholics are evil.
He says that. Oh come on. No.
Hello everyone, please take your seats. We will be starting the show. I mean the commencement. What do they call this here? The
Benedicktion.
We're gonna start the Jesus speech up here pretty soon, and then you guys can all clap once we're done.
I love that movie.
And then I'm gonna walk around with a bucket, and then you're gonna put some money in this bucket, and then I'm gonna give you.
He put marbles in his mouth.
I'm gonna give you some treats for giving me money in the bucket. Does everybody understand?
Leopold, I think you're talking about the King's speech.
Well,
that's a different thing.
Okay.
Jesus, he is the king.
Seems as if nobody here in this church is really paying attention to what I'm saying, but they're talking along themselves.
I'm sorry.
That is fine.
I did not realize that you had started.
You are free to do as you
Everybody
like.
stop talking so we can hear the benediction.
This was just the announcement that we're going to start soon. We're going to start the show.
Never mind. We still have a minute.
All right. Well, I guess as if now I have everybody's attention, I might as well just start. As everybody here knows, in this small town, everybody knows each other, and I'm Derek. I used to be the pilot around here, and that's but now I just got a job here at the church, and I wanted to make sure that I could let everybody know how Jesus works. I was up in the sky for a long time, so I feel like I know how he handles stuff. My bad. Oh, I'm so drunk.
I'm here. Hold on.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Oh, play like my grandma used to play. Wait, oh shit, I'm right in front of the crowd. Okay, everybody, raise your hands in the air if you love Jesus, right?
I don't know.
I'm going to admit I'm a little drunk.
I don't know.
I will not be told what to do.
Derek, I think you're done here. Derek, stop it.
Oh, all right, everybody,
My name's Derek.
Make sure you love Jesus. Everybody, okay, I'm going to go around and... Oh, good Lord. All right.
And scene.
That organ was...
Oh, my goodness. That's a devil's interval, by the way.
Good Lord.
Real quick here, do a little plugs action.
Oh, man.
Got
yeah,
plugs?
actually, yes, I do. I'm in a band. Guys, I'm in a band.
You're in a band?
I'm in a band. We're playing Taproot. If you're in Salem listening to this, we're playing at Taproot the 31st of this month. Where it's like a guy hates...
Oh, you're playing with the band Taproot?
Yeah!
Sorry.
Playing at Taproot with Tap. It's a whole thing. No, band's called the Ferengies. It's funk, synthy stuff. You'll love it. Dance.
Yeah.
Something I think is awesome is being a comedian. You want the attention, stuff like that. You get on stage and you love it.
Please.
I've never heard you say out loud that you're in a band.
Yes.
I
always
didn't know
feel
that either.
just saying that phrase, it comes off as douchey. I am in a band, though. You asked me to plug something, so I only say it when I'm asked.
Can you say the name of the band again?
It's called the Ferengies. It's right here on my my coffee mug.
FERENJEIS.
Yes.
Let's both say it at the same time.
You can go. Ready? Go.
FERENJIS.
It's yep, spelled just like that. Spelled like the aliens from Star Trek, but without a G, and instead it's a J where the G would go. It's not based on Star Trek. It's a French word. Our keyboard player came up with it, and I didn't ask questions. We're playing at Taproot on the 31st. Come see that. It's at 8, and we play for 2 hours.
March 31st.
You consider yourself a man of God?
What? Yeah. What? Yes. Yeah.
Jay,
who are you?
What the hell are you doing, and how did you get in here, for that matter?
Who even is this guy? What's going on? Wait, no!
Oh no.
My name is Geoff. I need something to do, an excuse to have conversations with you. I wasted my life gaining pop culture knowledge, which shows much more than my 10 seconds in college. My name is Geoff. Geoff needs something to do.
You've been listening to Geoff Needs Something to Do with your host, Geoff Parks. Recorded in the Salem Comedy Studios at Capital City Theater. Produced and edited by Chad Johnson.
This has been a Salem Comedy Studios production.